Picture this with me for a moment. It's late at night. You're standing in front of your fridge. The kitchen light is dim. The hum of the refrigerator fills the room, and you're thinking about grabbing something quick to eat. Maybe a slice of cheese, maybe a leftover piece of chicken, maybe even a cold drink. Harmless, right? Something you've done 100 times without a second thought. But here's the uncomfortable truth. What if that simple choice, that harmless late-night snack, is quietly harming your body? What if, sitting right there in your fridge, are foods that could slowly increase your risk of cancer, weaken your defenses, and make the aging process far harder than it has to be? Now, I know that might sound dramatic, but stay with me. Because for seniors, people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, the foods you keep in your fridge aren't just about taste or convenience. They're about survival. They're about energy, strength, independence, and yes, even life itself. You see, food is supposed to nourish us, to give us vitality, to help us live longer and stronger. But some of the most common items we buy at the store, items we've trusted for decades, have a dark side. They don't advertise it on the packaging. You won't hear it in commercials. But research after research is showing that certain foods, when eaten regularly, especially in later years, can quietly speed up aging, damage cells, and even increase the risk of cancer. And here's the scariest part. They're not exotic foods. They're not rare ingredients. They're everyday items, things you probably already have sitting in your fridge right now. So by the end of this video, you'll know the 5 foods you should never keep in your fridge if you want to protect your health, lower your risk, and keep your body strong as you age. And I promise, some of these will surprise you, but I don't want you to just listen passively. I want you to take this personally, because this isn't about fear, it's about awareness. It's about giving yourself and your loved ones the chance to live longer, healthier, stronger lives. So before we dive in, let me ask you, are you ready to take control of what's really sitting in your fridge? If you're serious about protecting your health, drop a quick comment below that says I'm here. And while you're at it, you see, food is supposed to nourish us, to give us vitality, this is the place to help us live longer and stronger, and bring you the truth. But some of the most common items we buy at the store, let's start with one of the most beloved foods in the world, have a dark side. Breakfast meats. They don't advertise it on the packaging. Think about the Sunday mornings we've shared for decades. Commercials. Bacon sizzling in the pan. After research, the smell filling the house. Certain foods, sausages when lined up on the plate, especially maybe in later years, a few slices of can quietly speed up aging. It feels comforting, nostalgic, and even increase the risk of cancer. These foods aren't just meals, they're memories. For many families, they symbolize togetherness, they're not rare laughter, and tradition. They're everyday items. But here's the hidden truth. Things behind that crispy bacon and juicy sausage lies a danger most people never stop to think about. You'll know the 5 foods you should never just regular meat with a little extra flavor. Health. They're filled with chemical preservatives like nitrites and nitrates. And when those preservatives enter your body, surprise you. They can form compounds, but I don't want you to just listen passively. Now, nitrosamines are not harmless. This personally. They are known because this isn't about fear. In fact, it's the World Health Organization. It's about giving officially classified processed chance to live longer, as a Group 1 carcinogen, stronger lives. That means the scientific evidence is strong enough to link them directly to cancer. And here's where it matters even more for seniors. Really sitting in your fridge. As we age, our bodies don't detox as efficiently as they used to. Drop a quick comment below. The liver, which works hard to filter out toxins, and while you're at it, doesn't function at peak strength forever. MedCentral now. Our cells are more vulnerable to bring everything through the noise. We've uncovered spotting and repairing damaged processed meat for seniors, with sugary yogurts and preservatives that a younger leftover fried food with less and reheated oils can do do far more damage in someone over 60
and diet sodas with
70
artificial
or
sweeteners.
beyond.
Now
Five
here's the
everyday
tricky part.
items that seem ordinary.
Many people
even
believe that
comforting,
simply choosing
but when
a
kept in your
healthier
fridge and
version,
consumed over time,
like turkey
can
sausage,
quietly
chicken
harm
hot
your
dogs,
health or low-fat ham.
For seniors, they
solve
don't
the
just
problem.
affect taste or
But
convenience.
that's a dangerous misconception.
They affect vitality,
The truth is,
longevity,
even when the fat
and
is
the
reduced,
quality of every single
those
day.
same additives are still
Now, I
hiding
want
in
you
the
to
food.
pause for a second
The
and
nitrates
think.
and nitrites are still
Out of
there.
these five,
the
which one
processing
shocked
doesn't
you the
go
most?
away just because the
Which one
packaging
made you
says
wanna walk
leaner
over to your fridge
or
right
better
now
for
and
you.
check?
The risk
Maybe it was
doesn't
the diet
disappear
soda
with
you
clever
thought was
marketing.
safe.
And
Maybe
maybe
it
you're
was the
thinking,
processed cheese
well,
you've been buying
I don't
for
eat
years.
it every day,
Or
so
maybe
it's
it was the
probably
leftover
fine.
fried foods.
But research
Something
shows
so
that
normal
even
but
moderate
suddenly
consumption,
so risky,
when repeated over
I'd
time,
love to hear from you.
still builds risk.
Truly.
Because
Cancer
your story
isn't something
your
that develops
experience
overnight.
could help
It's the
someone
result
else
of
watching
years
this
of small
video realize
choices
they're not alone,
adding up quietly in the
so
background.
share in the comments
So
below.
what can you do instead?
Which of these
You
foods
don't need
do you
to give
see
up on
most
flavor,
often in your fridge,
and you don't need to
or in the
abandon
fridge
the joy
of
of a
someone
hearty
you
meal.
love? But
And more
swap
importantly,
processed meats
which
for
one
safer,
are you
fresher
ready to let
options?
go of starting today?
Choose lean cuts
And if
of
this
fresh
video
chicken
has
or
opened
fish.
your eyes,
Try
if
plant
it's given you
proteins like
even
chickpeas
one
or
piece of
lentils
information
they can
that
be
helps you
seasoned
protect
beautifully
yourself
with herbs
or
and
someone you
spices
care for,
that add richness
then I
without
want
the
to
chemicals.
gently invite you
If you
to
love the
subscribe to
smoky
this
flavor,
channel.
use
Med
natural
Essential.
seasonings like smoked
This is
paprika,
your space for
rosemary,
truth,
or garlic.
for clarity,
These
and
not
for
only
real
taste
conversations
incredible
about health in
but they
later
come
years.
with health benefits
Every
instead
week,
of hidden
we
risks.
dive into the habits,
The bottom
the
line is
choices,
this,
and the simple shifts
your fridge
that can
shouldn't
make
be a
aging
storage
not
space
just
for
something
foods
we
that
endure,
slowly chip away at
but
your health.
something we embrace with
Processed
strength
meats
and
may look
dignity.
convenient and
When you
comforting,
subscribe, you're
but
not
the
just clicking a
long-term
button.
price is far
You're
too high.
joining a community
Especially
of people
when
who care
better,
about
safer
living
choices
longer,
are just as
healthier,
available.
and stronger.
And remember, it's not
And
about
when you
perfection.
like and share this video,
It's about making
you're
small,
helping spread
consistent
knowledge that could
changes
quite literally
that add
save
up over
someone's
time.
life.
So as
Every
we
slice
close,
of bacon you
let
skip,
me leave you with this
every
thought.
sausage you
Your
replace
fridge
with
is
something
not just
cleaner
a box that keeps
is
things
one
cold.
more step toward
It's
a stronger
either your
body
medicine
and a
cabinet
longer life,
or your slow poison.
But it's not just meat
Every
you need to
item
worry
you
about.
choose to put in there
There's another
is
common
either
helping
fridge
your
item
body
that seems
heal
harmless
or
on the
slowly
surface.
working against it.
But when you look
the
closer,
choice, as always,
it tells a
is in
very
your
different
hands.
story.
Now
Thank you
let's
for
move to the
spending
second
this
food.
time with me.
And this one might
Stay
surprise
vital.
you. Picture
Stay
this.
informed.
It's early
And
morning.
above all, stay
a
hopeful.
senior wakes up,
I'll see you in the next
stretches
video.
a little stiffly, and heads to the fridge for what they believe is a healthy start to the day. Their hand reaches for that brightly colored yogurt cup, maybe with strawberries on the label, maybe blueberries, maybe honey swirl. The packaging promises probiotics for gut health, calcium for stronger bones, and a cheerful slogan about living well. It feels safe. It feels wholesome. It feels like the right choice. But what if I told you that inside that little cup, hidden beneath the creamy texture and sweet taste, are spoonfuls of sugar, sometimes as much as 20 grams in a single serving? That's 5 teaspoons of sugar sitting in what's marketed as a health food. And here's the problem. Excess sugar doesn't just give you a momentary energy spike. For older adults, it fuels something far more dangerous: inflammation. Inflammation is like a slow, invisible fire in the body. It damages cells, weakens your immune system, and, in the long run, creates fertile ground for diseases like cancer to grow. Think about it. Cancer cells thrive on sugar. They feed on it. When you're older, your body doesn't process sugar as efficiently. Your pancreas works harder, your insulin response weakens, and blood sugar lingers longer in your system. And every extra spoonful of hidden sugar adds to that burden. And here's a simple tip. Instead of buying pre-flavored yogurts, buy plain yogurt and add your own toppings. Slice up fresh fruit. Add a handful of berries. Drizzle just a little honey if you need sweetness, but sparingly. That way you control how much sugar goes in, and your body gets the benefit without the burden. When it comes to drinks, make water the default.
Infuse it with lemon, cucumber, or mint if you want flavor. Herbal teas are another wonderful option, soothing, hydrating, and naturally free of sugar. These may sound like small changes, but in the body of a senior, they make a massive difference. Less sugar means steadier energy, clearer thinking, a calmer digestive system, and a reduced risk of chronic disease. And this is what we need to remember. Small swaps, when done consistently, build a foundation for long-term vitality. Now, speaking of hidden dangers, let's move to the next food. And this one may shock you because it's something most of us grew up trusting. Something we've all reheated without a second thought. Now let's talk about something that almost everyone does without thinking twice. Have you ever saved a piece of fried chicken or a plate of fries for the next day, popped it into the microwave, reheated it, and enjoyed it again? It feels harmless, right? After all, you're not wasting food and you're simply making the most of what you cooked. But here's the truth, especially for seniors. That innocent little habit could be quietly toxic. Let me explain. When food is fried, whether it's chicken, fish, fries, or even something like samosas, the oil it's cooked in goes through intense heat, and with that heat, the oil changes. It breaks down into harmful byproducts. Now, the first time you eat it, it's already not the healthiest option, but the real danger begins when you cool it down, store it, and reheat it later. Every time oil is reheated, it loses stability. It creates compounds called trans fats and something even scarier, aldehydes. These are not words you'll see on your food label, but they're inside the food once that oil has been reheated, and both of them have been directly linked to cancer, heart disease, and faster aging of your body's cells. Think of it this way. Every time you reheat fried food, your body has to fight harder against invisible toxins. For seniors, whose organs and systems are already more delicate, that fight is much tougher. Your heart feels it. Your liver feels it. Your immune system feels it. Over time, that innocent habit of reheating fried food adds up, and the damage can be real. Now let's turn our attention to something that feels almost too familiar to question. That quick grilled cheese sandwich. Those neatly stacked orange slices wrapped in shiny plastic. That block of cheese products sitting on the fridge shelf, ready to melt perfectly over burgers or toast. It looks harmless. It tastes comforting. It feels like real cheese. But here's the truth. Those bright slices aren't real cheese at all. They're an imitation. A carefully engineered food product designed to look, melt, and stretch like cheese, but built on fillers, additives, and chemicals your body doesn't need. Here's why this matters so much, especially for seniors. Processed cheese is loaded with emulsifiers, agents that hold everything together. It's pumped with excess sodium, far more than what's found in natural cheese, and it often carries artificial colors to give it that familiar orange glow. These aren't just harmless extras. They strain your kidneys, raise your blood pressure, and over time, create a body environment that's more vulnerable to chronic diseases, including cancer. Think about how delicate a senior's body already is. Kidneys that once filtered with ease now work harder. Blood vessels stiffen with age. The heart has less tolerance for unnecessary stress. Every bite of processed cheese adds to that silent workload. And here's the part that tricks so many people: the packaging. Many seniors and even their families reach for low-fat cheese slices, believing they're making a safer choice. The label feels reassuring, but here's the catch. Low-fat doesn't mean low-processed. In fact, many reduced fat versions are even more manipulated. Manufacturers strip out fat and replace it with more emulsifiers, more fillers, and more salt to keep the taste. In other words, you lose the natural balance and end up with something even less supportive for your health. Now, I'm not saying cheese itself is the enemy. Real cheese made simply from milk, enzymes, and salt can actually be part of a healthy diet in moderation. It has calcium, protein, and certain vitamins that support bones and muscles. The problem isn't cheese itself, it's the processed version pretending to be cheese. So let's take a moment to bring everything together. We've uncovered 5 foods: processed meats, sugary yogurts and drinks, leftover fried foods and reheated oils, processed cheese slices, and diet sodas with artificial sweeteners. 5 everyday items that seem ordinary, even comforting, but when kept in your fridge and consumed over time, can quietly harm your health. For seniors, they don't just affect taste or convenience, they affect vitality, longevity, and the quality of every single day. Now, I want you to pause for a second and think. Out of these 5, which one shocked you the most? Which one made you want to walk over to your fridge right now and check? Maybe it was the diet soda you thought was safe. Maybe it was the processed cheese you've been buying for years. Or maybe it was the leftover fried foods, something so normal but suddenly so risky. I'd love to hear from you, truly, because your story, your experience could help someone else watching this video realize they're not alone. So share in the comments below. Which of these foods do you see most often in your fridge or in the fridge of someone you love? And more importantly, which one are you ready to let go of starting today? And if this video has opened your eyes, if it's given you even one piece of information that helps you protect yourself or someone you care for, then I want to gently invite you to subscribe to this channel, MedCential. This is your space for truth, for clarity, and for real conversations about health in later years. Every week, we dive into the habits, the choices, and the simple shifts that can make aging not just something we endure, but something we embrace with strength and dignity. When you subscribe, you're not just clicking a button. You're joining a community of people who care about living longer, healthier, and stronger. And when you like and share this video, you're helping spread knowledge that could quite literally save someone's life. So as we close, let me leave you with this thought. Your fridge is not just a box that keeps things cold. It's either your medicine cabinet or your slow poison. Every item you choose to put in there is either helping your body heal or slowly working against it. The choice, as always, is in your hands. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay vital, stay informed, and above all, stay hopeful. I'll see you in the next video.